Hey ladies, I want to share with you today some great information that I've learned through quite a few trainings that I've been going to and attending, and I just thought this is the place to share it. So let's look at becoming a strong leader. These are some of the things that you need to focus on. There's so much in direct sales that there's little rabbits you can chase all the time, but here are the basics. So here's the characteristics of a strong leader. And I'm not going to read them all to you. You can take a look at them, but there's a few that I want to point out. And number one, obviously, is number one for a reason. They take responsibility for their team. This is huge. I love this because you can tell a new consultant when they're excited and they're building their team, they take responsibility immediately. Yes, as director, I'm still in charge, I'm still responsible for training your team. But I tell you, if you are helping your girls qualify, if you're talking to them about recruiting, booking, and selling, you're going to be a strong leader. Attending trainings, participating and contributing, those are huge. Making sure that you're a part of what's going on in your upline, and then training your team, having team meetings, doing team kickoffs, stuff like that. Always being good at the basics of your business. You always have to have a strong personal business to be able to have a team. You can't just have a team and not have a personal business. Teachable, good listener, lifelong learners, those are all huge. If you do not continue learning and finding best practices, things that help you work smarter, not harder. Again, work their personal business. Team sales are $35,000 to $40,000, and I'm telling you right now this seems like a very large number. But as you grow your business and as you build your business, and I'm not saying it's going to happen in the first 6 months. I'm saying this is a year and a half into your business, your team, as you're growing and recruiting, it's going to get to 35 to 40,000. This is your goal. Am I always at 35 to 40? No. When I promote another leader, it goes way back down and I have to build it up some more. We're almost to 30,000 right now. And I do have a lady that's really close to being a director. So, that number's going to go down again. So I got to work it some more, keep recruiting, encourage my team to keep recruiting. So number 11 goes hand in hand with that. And be a strong recruiter. Be able to continue to grow your team. You want to be able to build leaders from your personal team and, be encouraging them from now. You know who they are. You can tell who the hard workers are. And if you don't have any right now, keep recruiting because I promise they're going to come. Having a great attitude, ethical, and trustworthy are all characteristics of a strong leader. So what are some steps we can take to become a strong leader? Attend new leader training. And right now for you, that is the Superstar Success Camp. And once you're a new leader and you promote, we do have new leader training. And it shares the expectations of directors, the newsletter, you can that you're to attend meetings or host meetings. And also in the new leader training, we talk about the importance of your personal business. And if we don't tell you what to do, how are you going to know how to do it? That's something that I wasn't really told at the beginning, but you know what, I've learned. And so now we can share with you some of those things to do. Make sure you're always modeling for your team. Whatever you do is what they're going to do. If you're a strong recruiter, they're going to recruit. If you're a strong seller, they're going to sell. If you're promote leaders, they're going to promote leaders. So model for your team all these the best practices. Learn to coach your team, and this is not the easiest of all tasks, I know personally, but just when I say learn to coach, have a conversation with your team, with your rising stars, with your new consultants, with each level of your team. Work with those that want to be worked with. And it's hard to tell who they are. Sometimes you just have to ask. Send out an invitation. Who's interested in the Rising Star program? Here's the new consultant training. And you're not going to ever get 100%. I wish we could, but it just doesn't work that way. But on your Rising Star program, if they're not participating within a month, I would just say, hey, this isn't the right time for you. And, you might want to check us out when you're ready to promote to lead. So, new consultant training, Rising Star programs, you know what I've done, duplicate what you've seen, and then make it your own. And then also we talk about keep recruiting in this new leader training. Do not focus on minimums. You want to raise the bar. The minimum director requirements is 1,000 PV, 4,000 team sales, and 4 PICAs. You are only making $370 with commissions and overrides at that point. So you want to raise the bar and focus on 1,500 plus in your personal volume, 6,000 plus in your team sales to promote, and then this is a goal, 10,000 plus team sales in 60 days and 20,000 plus team sales in 80 days. And once you're building and growing your team, these are not so hard to reach if that's your focus. Number 3, create a CER culture for your organization. If you don't know what CER is, it's celebrate, encourage, and reward. And you create this on your Facebook page. You know, your posts, what you say, how you encourage others. And you are working with everybody in your Gen Zero, on your Gen Zero page, or if you eventually have a lineage page, you want to work with them too, because the largest income comes from your second level. And those overrides that you're earning are not finder's fees. It's what you get paid to encourage, inspire, motivate, and train your team. And I take it very seriously that my lineage page is for everybody. I try to get as many people on there as I can and try to get them to participate and engage them. All leaders are readers. If this is not you, you need to start now. I promise you, in your business, reading great books that are out there. I love John Gordon. He's probably one of my favorites. Mary Christensen's amazing. And to earn more, you have to learn more, and you can model it. Hey, I was reading this book, listen to, and read to them part of the book and say, hey, and I promise you, people will, if you model, they'll follow. Number 4, create a duplicable system when recognizing promotions. And this was an example given to me. This is not exactly what I do, but as you become a leader, you find your reward system and whatever works for you. And make sure that what you do, you share with your team so they know what it is, and then also share with your leaders so they have an idea of what you're doing. I'm in the middle of changing mine up, so I'm working on that right now. But for director, I do the Cruise into Leadership incentive, and if you get your bonus, and I usually do something a little different for each director when they promote, and I'm looking at really, focusing on something so I know what every director has, the Training Camp by John Gordon, so I'm working on that right now. Number 5, model your expectations. If you model it, they'll do it. Make training a privilege. So when your team starts training and you do new consultants training, and your senior consultants that on your team can do this training if they've attended it twice. The Fast Track to Leadership directors and above can teach this training. If they've attended it twice, they're able to teach it. New leader training, if you promote to the SD and above, be able to teach this training. So if you are a director, I would be teaching that new leader training until you promote up a little bit more, and then you have people under you, because that new leader training is such a responsibility that you are teaching your leaders what they need to know, and it's not something that you just want to hand off to just anybody. And then when your leaders are speaking, recognize them when they speak through the introduction. So if you have a senior consultant that's training for you, kind of shout out what she's doing. Why are you having her train this class? And it's because, number 1, she's a senior consultant. She's promoted to that level. And, her team sales or her personal volume or her recruiting is this. Give them that recognition. So this is the big picture, building a strong leader mindset. You want to create success in your recruiting. You want to build strong leaders, even as you're first starting. It's not something you want to wait, because you have leaders right there. And if you don't take advantage of that, they're going to kind of just melt away and right off into the sunset. So you don't want to lose out on those people. We talked about the team sales. Focus on booking 6 to 8 parties a month. Some will cancel, so you need those parties booked. Set new consultants up for success. Hold a team meeting or team training once a month. Attend leader trainings monthly. In our lineage, we do have a leader training monthly, and we usually have somebody speak to us, or one of our leaders is speaking to us. Make sure you have your systems in place, new consultant systems, new director system. All get the same info, your fast track to leaders with outline and handouts, and then booking, selling, and recruiting ideas to be able to share with your team. Look to see what your upline is doing, duplicate it, make it your own. Try it out what they're doing. We all have scripts and programs and everything that we use, so now you can just duplicate those. Number 7, those one-on-one coaching calls. And this is a process, and I think we all learn by doing, but you can create an action plan. So you are guiding the call with your upline, not your director creating the actions. And then you're going to start coaching with your team. Your one-on-one coaching builds strong leaders below you. So you're going to do it with your upline and your downline. And ask your upline to help you work on personal business issues. Ask your upline to help you work through issues that you might have with your team, or you just never know what's going to come up in this business. I promise you, I've had to go to Brandy Black several times and say, okay, what do I do? And she always is able to, kind of talk me, give me some ideas and help me, how to work through stuff. But always focus on your strengths, not your weaknesses. We all have weaknesses. And guess what? Your strengths are going to make you good at what you do at this business. Number 8, recognize behaviors we want repeated. Recognize 1,000 and above. Talk about your newsletter so you keep it in front of your team. Help your team look at their numbers and recognize they don't know what's good and what's not. When I started, I didn't know. Talk to your team about recruiting. Offer an incentive. Duplicate what you see your upline leaders doing. Number 9, train your team. Teach them to train, and it's never too early to do this. Model and train a trickle-down process. Make it duplicatable. Train on your processes, train a strong personal business. Let them train on where they are strong. Fix problems, though. If you have issues on your team, approach them, deal with them so you can move on. Build strengths again, not weaknesses. Do not enable your team. Do not do the work for your team. Empower them. Give them the tools that they need. Tell them it's on TOT. Look under attend an event, or under marketing tools, or wherever you want them to go. Don't say here it is. Don't hand it to them, because I promise you, if you hand it to them, they're going to keep asking. And when you have a team of 200, how are you going to answer 200 questions of where is it? So thank you for attending this training. It's just an overview on how to become a strong leader. It's a process. These are just a few of the steps. You never really arrive at being a strong leader. It's a continual growth and learning process. And the way you work with your team, be patient with yourself and allow your systems to grow as you do. Don't get frustrated and think you should know it all, because I promise I'm always learning new ways. I'm always learning new things. And there comes a time when sometimes I'm like, okay, somebody calls me and asks me, okay, I need help on this, and I totally go blank. But you know what? I know somebody they can talk to. Another leader on our team was doing really good in a hard situation, so I referred her. You don't have to know it all. You're able to share, connect people, help. If somebody's really good at Facebook parties, share that person's name and say, hey, get with them. They're good at it. If somebody's really good at recruiting, they're recruiting like crazy. Kind of give them a shout out. Say, hey, what are you doing recruiting wise? You're doing amazing. But I am really encouraged by this group, and I think you're going to be the strongest leaders we have on our team, and I can't wait to see you as you promote to leader.